Hi, this is a brief introductory video about the new update that brings new instruments and MIDI support to Tower Unite. This update adds new sounds to the electronic keyboard, it adds the bass guitar, electric guitar and drum machine items, as well as implementing the long-awaited MIDI input support. Not much may seem different on the electronic keyboard item at first glance, but take a look at the new instrument settings menu on the bottom right. I'm saving the best for last in this video, so we'll focus on MIDI support at the end of the video. For now, let's focus on the new sound banks. Here's the electric piano sound. Various saw plugs. Supersine. Super saw. Funky saw. Chromatique. Of course, strings. Wow! And many more sounds. The bass guitar is quite straightforward. Interact and start playing. Hold Shift to play notes an octave higher. Besides the open sound, there is also palm mute and slap bass. The electric guitar is much the same. Except there is also the chord menu, where you can strum entire chords. Hold space and start strumming with your mouse. You can select which strings to use, and you can even individually tune each string. Once you're happy with your chord, you can store it in your chord palette. Now, create a different chord for a different slot in the palette. This sounds horrific, but it will do for now. Use the numerical keys to quickly switch between chords. If you are happy with your chord palette, you can consider saving it, so you can load it at a later date to play again. Oh well, Will played it much better than I did. Up next is the drum machine. It's got drums, and it's got machines. Click on the grid with the left mouse button to add steps to an instrument. You can use the right mouse button to remove steps. Use the scroll wheel to change the volume of a step. Change the swing to manipulate the timing every half beat. You're also free to change the number of steps per beat. And the number of beats per pattern. Each instrument track also has volume and pitch control. You can also choose from an array of different sound variations per instrument track. You can also mute tracks or isolate them. You can record instrument steps live from keyboard input. This also works for MIDI input, by the way. Right-click on the current pattern in the palette to give it a name. Then create a new pattern for the same palette. You can mix these patterns up recklessly by just clicking on them with direct play, or you can use Q play to play them in succession. Use the palette browser to save and load pattern palettes. Get drumming, you! At last, MIDI support. Every instrument showcased in this video, as well as the grand piano, has MIDI input support. You can select the MIDI device to listen to in the instrument settings menu. The MIDI input devices listed here depend entirely on your hardware, and it can be anything from a USB MIDI keyboard, MIDI controller of some sorts, etc. This update also introduces the MIDI Maestro item. This lets you control many instruments at a time via MIDI. Use a tower glove to connect the instruments. Next, go into each of the instrument's MIDI input settings. Make sure that the guitar only allows guitar input, bass guitar only bass, grand piano only piano, and the drums are fine as they are. Drums are always on channel 10 in the MIDI standard. The next step is, let's go. Thank you for watching. Have fun!